Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I will be walking us through the third strike mission for End of Dragons, Kaineng Overlook. At the top of Kaineng City, the head of Ministry Security, Minister Li, reveals his true intentions as a Canthan purist. This strike mission is an endurance fight, with multiple phase changes and ad bosses to manage. I will be giving the rundown of Minister Li's recurring abilities first, and then we'll continue with the various phases as he loses health. As a Bladesworn, Minister Li chains multiple dragon trigger skills together to devastate players and the battlefield. Let's take a look at the dragon triggers. Dragon/Force. Minister Li will plant himself at his current location and slash his gunblade across the arena. This ability has great reach and will either segment the arena in half or cover the entire area, only leaving a small corner open for safety. Dragon/Boost. Minister Li travels across the arena in diagonal and linear patterns using Boost. Move away from the telegraph and stand behind him to not get hit while he travels to his next location. Dragon/Reach. Cycling through his abilities, Li occasionally targets 3 players to send a blade projectile, piercing through players. This skill does large amounts of damage, so it is vital that those who are targeted realize quickly and move appropriately. There are a few strats you can go with at this phase. All 3 players can each take a corner of the arena, and/or all 3 can stand on the same side of the arena, leaving the 3 other sides as areas of safety. Ministry Guards. Upon reaching 68% health, players are forced to the lower arena. In this phase of the strike, the squad is sent back to the main platform to fight 3 powerful Ministry Guards: the Mind Blade, Enforcer, and Ritualist. Each Ministry Guard has their own mechanics, but there is a mechanic that 2 of the guards interact with based on proximity: Lethal Inspiration. When the Mind Blade and Enforcer are close to each other, they gain a buff of Lethal Inspiration. This buff allows the 2 guards to steal life and boons on their attacks. 2 players will be targeted with their aggro, so 2 players will have to manage their positioning to make sure this buff does not last long. One point to note is that this effect only ever triggers every 10 seconds that these 2 have the buff. The Mind Blade. This guard is usually the one to be focused first, due to the limited mobility and ease of focus. This boss is also a virtuoso, using the dangerous edge of the mind to strike foes. Watch out for the blade storms and projectiles they fling out. The Ritualist. This guard is the unique Ritualist enemy type, which summons various spirits to cause area havoc. This ad is usually the second one to be taken out, as they do not move very often, allowing for a more comfortable focus. This enemy is fairly standard. The Ritualist will cause a flurry of lightning strikes and call upon spirits to explode in large areas around the battlefield. The Enforcer. The Enforcer is the 3rd guard to be focused down, and darts around the arena using their Willbender virtues, leaving behind trails of fire. Do not stand in the fire if you wish to make it to the next phases. Heavenly Palm. The Enforcer will target a few players with a Heavenly Palm to crush them after a delay. Spread out to avoid being hit by multiple palms, which would ensure you going down. Whirling Light. The Enforcer will jump to the center of the arena and perform a whirling kick to strike foes with consistent damage. Standing in this field almost ensures going down. This phase has the players face all of the same mechanics, but with a slight addition to Li's Dragon/Force ability. During his slashes, a group of players will have an explosion attached to them, detonating after the slash. This may be tricky at times, but proper dodging can save you from getting the damage from the slash, in addition to the explosion. Aegis and Stability are both wise options here. The phase will once again change towards 30% health, and the squad will have to fight 2 more bosses, the Sniper and the Mech. The Sniper and the Mech both have a set of skills to worry about, and I have done runs where the Sniper is focused first and where the Mech is focused first. It all depends on the group. Let's leave the mech for last and take on the sniper first. The sniper is a deadeye and will place down shadow flares on players, encouraging them to split apart. She also has 2 sniper shots, one which can be reflected and one solid beam which cannot be reflected back to the sniper. During the green, longer beam, a zip line opens up, allowing allies to pursue and hopefully break her defiance bar to prevent her from shooting. The mech. The mech is a highly deadly boss, and its gadgets can be a problem. The mech's normal attacks will be focusing the player who is the closest to the boss with wide area of effect punches. If everyone is beyond his melee range, he will target players with arcing energy projectiles. Occasionally, there will be a standard green stack mechanic as well for players to all collect onto one player. Mines. The mech will toss out mines and will chunk a decent amount of health. Getting hit by more than one will most likely result in going down, but you can probably spare running into one. Energy pools. Energy pools will also scatter around the arena. These much smaller pools of green energy will more readily kill you when compared to the mines. If you go down in them, it is likely you will not be revived. Jade Buster Cannon. Prepping to fire the Jade Buster Cannon, the mech will warn the squad with a long red AoE road. Do not stand inside the mech while it is firing this skill, and surely do not stand inside of the beam. You will go down and die before you can even blink. Trust me, I have personal experience in this department.
Thanks, Daddy.
Oh, 2 people down.
I'm so sorry, I was running from someone else.
Ooh, I
Oh
got
my god,
sniped.
it's like a horror movie playing this.
Yeah,
Right.
you'll always go down.
Oh,
shit!
out of there, get out of there,
Get out of there! Go, 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 go! What did you
I almost got
do?
you. I almost got you.
Not again! After you've killed the sniper and the mech, head on back up to fight the last bit of Minister Lee and finish up the fight. And that's it. This fight is probably my favorite from a conceptual design of needing to familiarize yourself with many different mechanics. This fight can be a longer one, but take comfort in the lack of an enrage timer or failure timer. My only recommendation would be to change the lethal inspiration buff on the first 3 guards. This buff will only activate every 10 seconds the buff is up, and not every second that the buff persists. I would reduce this down to every 3 seconds the buff is up instead of 10 to encourage players to react while still giving them breathing room to adapt. Thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to support the channel and get early access to videos, head on over to the Patreon. Subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts on the strike mission below. I want to know how many times you had to do this before you won. Want to see a summary of the first and second strike missions? Click on the videos below. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Mwah.